What's up, YouTube? Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing good. So right in front of me I have my 2010 Mercedes CLS550. So in this video I will be going over how to change your coolant reservoir. So this is the one that I picked up from Mercedes. This one I believe I paid about like 80 bucks out the door. So it is the original one, and it's got the sensor on the bottom right over here, which basically tells the car, tells the module if the coolant level is low or if it's not low. So the sensor is right over here, it's included. So the reservoir did not come with a cap, so I will be using my old original cap, which is still good. So let's go ahead and get started. To remove the coolant, I am going to be using this siphon pump. This one I picked up from O'Reilly's for about like $8-9. So I'm just going to take out any leftover coolant that is in the reservoir, get over into a clean bucket. I'm going to go ahead and open the hood, pull on it until there we go. Just to give you guys a little background of why I'm going to be replacing this coolant reservoir. As you guys can see, there's been a lot of splashes of coolant all over. If you take a close look at where this hose connects to the coolant reservoir, this piece has broken from here. So this hose is loose and it comes out. So this reservoir is gone from here. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be taking out any fluid that's in here. So I did want to let you know that I let the car sit overnight. The car has not been started, so the car is cold. Since I did not want to open, the cap on the car being warm, or if I wanted to do it the next morning when the car is completely cold, so that way I can avoid any injuries or any of that sort of stuff. Open the cap. Let's take a look how much coolant is left inside. There is some coolant in there. So what I'm going to use is we're going to use the siphon that I got, and we're going to go ahead and transfer this coolant, whatever's left, and we're going to put it in a bucket that I brought. My siphon filter is ready. It's all connected. So let's keep this bucket over here for right now so it's easy to transfer. So I'm going to put it all the way down so it can catch the coolant. Let's put the other end into the bucket, and I'm going to go ahead and suction on this, and as you guys can see, the coolant is starting to come out. You do see in the bucket, if we take a look, there is coolant. I got most of everything that was out that I was able to get with this siphon filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hose. I'm gonna go ahead and move this bucket over to the side, the one that has the coolant. Next, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is there is a plastic rivet right over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that. So there's different tools that you can use. You can use either a flat screwdriver, or if you have a prying tool, see whichever works best for you. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this out first. Just gonna pry at it little by little. I'm gonna do it softly, so I don't want to break the rivet because these are plastic rivets. And yeah, it's starting to come up. So after you remove the plastic rivet, you also need to remove this circular part. So this is also holding down to it. So I'm gonna use the same concept, use my flat screwdriver and just pry it a little bit. Just move it by using my hand and see if I can just pull it out. I feel it's coming out. It's almost out. There we go. So this was the plastic piece that was holding the reservoir securely over here. So this piece, I'm also going to keep it inside next to the rivet that we removed. So we'll keep it right next to here. So this piece goes inside here. So now that we have gone ahead and removed the plastic rivets from here, we're going to go ahead and disconnect this hose. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on the side for now. Just stuck it right over here. So since this is removed, the only thing connecting it on the bottom, there is a sensor, there is a radiator hose, but this whole assembly is actually just sitting on grommets. So if you start to pull this and wiggle this a little, it should just pop up, it should come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and move it around a little bit and gently start to pull it up, and it'll pop up. And yeah, as I can see, it's already been lifted. So it's not being held by the grommets anymore. So the only thing connecting it is the radiator hose and the sensor. So I want to show you guys. Let me go ahead and change the camera angle. So if you guys take a look, there is the bottom radiator hose that's connected and the sensor. So those are the only two things that are connected to this reservoir box. There's not much room right over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off. Let's keep this right over here for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this, so that way there is more room to work on this side, so that way I can show you guys a better angle of how to remove that sensor. So I'm gonna go ahead and gently pull on this. There you go. Went ahead and just remove this from here. And then let's keep this on the side as well. So now there is a bit more room to show you guys what the sensor looks like. So hopefully you guys can see it. So this is a sensor right over here, and there is this little piece over here, and it should turn that way. So all I have to do is grab this sensor and twist it that way. So hopefully you guys are able to see it in the video. So I'm gonna grab the sensor and just twist it. And if you see, this is being moved. There you go. Just unlocked. And that simply removes the sensor. And I can just pull out the sensor and just slowly pull it down. And there we go. And that is our sensor. So this is the sensor that communicates with the computer inside to let us know on the dash whether your coolant level is low. So so this one is disconnected. Let's go ahead and keep this on the side. So the last thing that's holding on to this reservoir is the radiator hose. So this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one as well. I'm gonna go ahead and try using this to see if I can remove the lower radiator hose that's connected to this. So just be mindful that there will be coolant that may come out of that hose, but it won't be too much, but just be mindful. So just a heads up that once that hose does get removed, there will be coolant that will leak out from there. Go ahead and try this tool and see if we can remove that clamp that is holding this hose onto the reservoir. So I'm actually going to go ahead and remove this part, the other side that was connected right over here. I'm going to remove this part too, so it can give me a little more space to work with. So let's go ahead and take this out too. This one's been disconnected, so I'm going to keep it right here on the side. I quickly just took a break, and what I did is I got a grocery bag, and I decided that I want to keep it right underneath where the radiator hose is connecting the reservoir, so that way I don't want all the any leftover coolant to touch any other sensors and just make a lot of mess. So if you guys do have maybe a better idea than a plastic bag, definitely try that, but this is what I had handy right now, so that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm just trying to take off the hose because the clamp is loose. So almost there. I can feel it come off. There we go. Oh, I was able to save the coolant that is in the radiator hose. So this is the clamp that I just took off as well. So okay, here we go. So reservoir is off. This is disconnected. This is the clamp that was holding it onto it. This is the clamp, and if you guys can see, I was able to save the coolant. So I'm gonna keep the hose upright so that way we don't lose coolant and we don't end up making a mess. So for right now, I'm gonna keep this clamp on the side. So the hose is filled with coolant, so I don't want to make a mess. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use the same siphon and just go ahead and siphon a little bit out. Able to remove coolant from a little bit from the hose, so that way it doesn't leak. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the siphon on the side so it's not gonna leak. We won't be making a big mess. So our coolant reservoir is been disconnected. This is the old one. This is the one that has the broken edge right over here. So this one is garbage. So this one is bad. So this was the original Mercedes ones. So this one we are going to throw out. So I'm going to keep this on the side. I've gone ahead and removed the coolant reservoir from the car. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the new one, and let's go ahead and start installing that one then. This is my new one. This is the one that I got from Mercedes-Benz. I paid around 80 bucks for this. Did not come with a cap, but we are going to use our original cap, and it did come with the sensor. So on this one, on the old one, when I removed it, I left the sensor connected to the wire, So since this one has a new sensor right over here, this one is a new sensor. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is, this is the sensor that's already in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect this. So if you look back here, there is a clip. Go ahead and just push on it like this, push on it, and then this should just pull out like that. There you go. So this was the old sensor. My sensor was not bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and save my old sensor just in case I ever need the part. But since the new coolant reservoir already came with the sensor, already, so I'm just gonna go ahead and connect this with this. Let's go ahead and connect that piece. Let's go ahead and connect that, and just like that, and push it in, and there you go. And once you hear it click, it's connected all the way. Just go ahead and make sure it's connected all the way, which is, so this is ready to go. Next, we are going to connect the radiator hose right over here with the clamp. This is where the radiator hose is going to go. This is our radiator hose. But let's go ahead and get our clamp that we removed from the radiator hose. So let's put that one back on first. So I'm going to do the same thing, grab onto the side of clips, and then once I pull on the sides, it makes it bigger, and I'm going to fit it onto the hose. And there we go. So it just fit onto the hose. I'm going to wiggle it a little bit. There you go. The more that I squeeze on the clips, the more easier I'm able to put it onto the hose. Get down as much as you can. Just keep sliding it, keep sliding it. There you go. Keep sliding it. There you go. So I want to have more room at the top, so that way I can easily connect this hose to the bottom of the reservoir. Once it's connected, then I'm going to go ahead and pull this clip to the top, so that way it is secured and no fluid is leaking. Here, this is where I'm going to connect it, right there. So I'm going to go ahead and slide on the hose. So it might take a little bit, but okay, there you go, sliding onto the hose. Okay, keep on sliding it. There you go, there you go. Okay, once it slides, so there is this plastic piece right over here. If you guys can see, there's a plastic piece, and then on the rubber hose there is an indentation. So go ahead and make sure that that plastic square piece falls into the indentation. So I'm going to go ahead and slide it a little bit more, and there you go. So if you guys take a look, the plastic piece is inside the indentation. So that basically means that the hose is properly all the way connected, just to make sure that we can avoid any coolant leaks. So now that is connected, now what I'm going to do is use the same tool that I was using and bring the clamp right up to right over here. Okay, so now that I've pressed on it, now I'm going to do the same thing, move it up little by little, and there you go. I have got it to the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove the grocery bag. So we no longer need it since the radiator hose is connected. So we should not have any spills. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out. So I was definitely able to catch some fluid in here, so that was good. That was we were able to eliminate, you know, from it getting messy. So let's go ahead and pull this out. I'm going to keep this on the side next to the old coolant reservoir. So the grommets are right over here. This is the grommet and this is the other grommet. So go ahead and line them up. Once they're lined up, go ahead and just push on it. There you go. And it is in place, as I can tell. Now let's go ahead and go get the two plastic pieces that we took off from here. Let's go ahead and grab those. So these are the two pieces that we had originally removed. So this was the first piece. This is the one that goes in first. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one in. There you go. So that is in. Next, I'm going to take this piece that I had and put it into here, into the slot. And just push it in. This one you can do by hand and just push it down and it will be in. So now this is in place, it's tight. Lastly, we're gonna hook up this hose. So this is the old clamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the old clamp. This piece. Let's take this one off, since this one did come with a new one. So I'm gonna place this on the side for now. So this is the new one. So I took out the old one. So go ahead and just push on one side and you can literally just pull it out like that. There you go. So I've gone ahead and taken this off. This is the clip. First I'm gonna go ahead and connect the hose, insert it inside, make sure it's properly in, push it all the way. Once there is no gap, you're able to tell that it's connected. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take this and put it right over here, slide it like that, and just push it, and it'll hold into place. And so this is securely in. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and add coolant into the reservoir. So I purchased, this is the coolant that I bought for this car. I bought it from my local auto parts store. So let's go ahead and put this in. This is my old radiator cap, so I'm going to go ahead and use the same cap. So we've gone ahead and completely installed the coolant reservoir. All the wires are hooked up. The cap is in. We filled it with coolant. Now all we have to do is just put back the pieces that we took apart, put it up, and then let's start up the car and let it run for a little bit, and let's see how it does. So I've put this back. Let's go ahead and put this back. Lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean up all these splashes from the coolant. I'm going to clean that up. But just for right now, just for the video purpose, I'm going to go ahead and let's start up the car, let the system run, and let's see how the car does. So what I'm going to do is, since I put new coolant in the car, I'm going to go ahead and let the car run for maybe idle for maybe warm up for about 10 minutes, just so that the coolant can flow through the system. The car's been running for about maybe 10 minutes now. So far, I've been keeping an eye on the temperature gauge. Temperature looks good. No funny noises. Everything's been running good. So what I did want to mention is that, so I bought the part for $80. When I did a Google search on how much it would take, how much it would cost roughly to replace the coolant reservoir on this car, and it said parts would be around $60 to $80. Rest would be labor, and I would be looking around $300 to $400. But right over here, I did a job. I did the job myself. I spent just $80. So this is the reason why I'm making this video. So this video would help save people money. I believe this should work the same on other CLS or S550s. So I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. Please definitely like and subscribe. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.